let's get at it. We're going back to Four Lakes. We saw Gullyd on there in his first match. Now he's taking on Anotand. Taking on the same Civ he defeated in an earlier round. But he's playing something a little different this time. I'm wondering if his Abbasid got banned out.
Be a smart ban, I think. Mongols, though. Interesting.
Yeah, we are live here. We got Anotand in the blue as the Japanese in the same spot as Knock was in our previous game that we observed, and he is certainly going to make a water play here. No big surprises. You have that one Vil going to secure the North Pond. And on Gullyd3ck3l's side here, we got a TC coming right next to that Uvu. We got villagers on wood, potentially for a little tower play here.
You know, one thing to consider looking at, I mean, speaking of tower play, there's not the wood lines for Anotand are all on the north and on the west. There's nothing to the east of him at all. So there's only one side really that Gullyd3ck3l even has to worry about.
It's pretty wide open on this side of his base. Do you see that first dock just about to complete for Anotand here? Gonna get his fishing economy online. Gullyd3ck3l's Khan coming around, getting that scouting information here on what Anotand's base looks like. Meanwhile, Anotand's scout looking to see if Gullyd3ck3l has moved onto water at all. Not going to find anything. Take a look at where the gold is, though, for Gullyd3ck3l.
He's Mongols. What does he need gold for? He can worry about that when he's, you know, doing things later. Right now, he's going to make some spears, and I think he's going to go for a cheeky little tower play here in a moment or two. Let's see, where's he rallying those two? He's rallying them pretty much straight across, and he's going to go for the gold, actually, is what he's going to try and tower up.
Yeah,
That's what he's got rallied.
Let's see how Anotand responds. He's already got 3 on gold, so he's likely going to have enough for feudal by the time Gullyd3ck3l gets up there with his spear.
Maybe. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. He might be one drop off away, going for the wood to start. He's walling in his dock. He's being really secure, really worried about losing that. I imagine he would tower the gold and then look to tower, because they're both golds are on that side, right? He's got one, then the other right there, which is very unfortunate for Anotand. But then also, I imagine he would try and tower the gold and then probably look to get him off the wood at wherever his wood line ends up being. Ooh, you know what? He might have just enough to drop off here. I think he will. Just a little too late. 190. He needs one drop off. He's going to get it, and he can age up. And that's all he needed. So Anotand getting the gold he needs. This tower will make it hard to deal any gold, getting any gold in the next stage. But, I mean, he's going to be in feudal, so that's all that matters right now, I think.
Yeah, you can see where the villagers were mining just close enough to that TC to harass the spears away. And Anotand just dipping away, just going right back into TC range every time Gullyd3ck3l comes over. He's not too worried here. Yeah, sure, they might get poked a couple of times, but it's nothing terrible.
Yeah, this tower is annoying as all towers are, but the damage isn't quite as critical as it could have been. And I think part of that is just that it's just so far away on this map. You're kind of on the opposite end. It's a pretty long walk to get there. In a map that you're closer, you probably could get there in time. But on Four Lakes, the TCs tend to be pretty sparsed out.
Yeah, wood certainly thinner across the map here. Do you see the Coca Township coming up? But yeah, this tower's going to lock down the gold for now. We do see Gullyd3ck3l has moved over to gold.
I can't help but feel like maybe going for the wood line would have been a better play here.
Potentially. I mean this tower does lock down gold for the minute.
That's true. That's true. You're not going to get any kind of fast castle play or anything like that. Villager from Gullyd3ck3l looking for that dock.
Yeah, he's gonna see the walls there. He's gonna see the dock there, and you know, maybe not. Maybe not to counter dock at that point. Deerstones now for Gullyd3ck3l. Coca Township just about completed for Anotand. For Shinobi on the way.
Deerstones coming up, of course. Would have been surprised to see anything else other than that. Can you imagine Silvertree on this map?
Oh, Market's not in a great location for that.
Terrible choice. Yeah.
Gullyd3ck3l with his Vill looking to dock the western pond here. Get some value out of that forward villager. And
I still kind of wish he'd towered the wood. I feel like either the wood lines are all kind of on the same side. I feel like just force him off, and I mean, it's so critical in this game that you get wood, and he's not going to have he's got the Coca Township instead of the Kora Storehouse, so he's not going to get passive wood. I feel like you could really harass Anotand with that. I mean, I like the tower on the gold, but I wonder if you could have really doubled down on that just a little bit. That said, he also does need wood for more production buildings, so, and for all the ships he's going to be making in a bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We got Anotand coming out to repair that forge as the arrows rain down on it. And we got horsemen out on the field. Shinobi from the Coca Township able to get a villager pick on the gold. Yeah, this gold is just so far away from the rest of Gullyd3ck3l's base.
Well, he can go sabotage that that dock as well if he wants to. Oh, he's got like a couple seconds to do it. It's gonna be close. You got to do it right now.
Ooh.
No, yeah, just a little bit of idle time. He could have had it. He could have stopped that from popping out when it did. I mean, not that it really matters because he doesn't have anything else on the water anyways, but...
Horseman coming around to just keep pressure on that gold mine.
So we see an archery range coming up for Gullyd3ck3l. We've got horsemen, 2 stables from Anotand. I feel like spears could be a problem. You don't really want to go for Yumi Ashigaru, but he's gonna go. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to do it. So he's building the archery range to deal with them. He's probably have just enough to deal with the spears. It's gonna be pretty micro intense from Anotand, but I think he's at a level. I'm sure he can manage that easily enough. But he will have to be mindful at least.
Yeah, Khan is gonna get bullied away by a horseman here.
So interesting enough, Gullyd3ck3l has the dock on the northwest pond, and the first thing he built, of course, was just a light junk, just to kind of patrol the coast and keep any other interlopers, we should say, from getting onto the lake as well. And now he's going for some fishing eco on that one. His back ponds, he's only got just the other archer ship on the right one, and the southern pond is just untouched from both sides.
Yeah, we do see more fishing ships coming out of this, out of the eastern pond here. That Shinobi's still hanging around.
Yeah, a lot of horsemen too in that area. They're probably looking to keep the pressure on. Another archery range coming up for Anotand. We see the first couple Yumi Ashigaru coming out. And people like to hate on the Yumis. They really do. And for reasonable reason, I think. You know, they're not the most powerful little dudes in the world. But they're pretty inexpensive. And if you get a big enough mass of them, you can deal with spears pretty effectively, which is all I think Anotand's really worried about with them. He just wants to make sure he can keep the spears at bay for his horsemen to do the trick. I think he's got
those
enough.
Yumis are pretty slept on, but like you were saying, they are cheap and they are deadly in a mass. See, the conflict under the tower now. Spears jumping in and out, trying to get hits on the horsemen before they jump in and take cover from the Yumis. But this tower is going down. So is this dock for Gullyd3ck3l on the western pond.
The archer junk, the light junk coming in, trying to do some stuff. Not going to do enough against the horseman, though. He's going to lose a couple, but he's got enough Yumis. He almost could just potentially take that light junk out. It's only got 300 health. This is one of those moments where you kind of wish you had the iron undermesh to deal with that, right? Because this light junk really kind of held the fort there. The shinobi coming in,
shinobi not able
right away.
Yeah, not
brave
able to be
man, but
effective.
not gonna
but the
work.
dock's on fire.
Oh, that's true.
And there's no
villager
villagers
nearby
around to repair. And now we got an
This is where it's
engagement.
tricky. Because there's enough spears amidst those archers. The archers will take down the Ashigaru if they can just keep firing, but a horseman can't quite get on with those spears around him still. So it just takes a lot of finicky micro, a little bit of a cat and mouse game here.
Gullyd3ck3l just can't commit to this fight, though. I mean, there's enough Yumis there.
The Yumi Zerg rush is definitely starting to snowball a little bit. There's just, yeah, not quite enough units for Gullyd3ck3l. And a head-on fight with equal numbers, I think he feels pretty good, but not like this.
It's just tough to deal with that
Anatand's
mass.
starting to get, yeah, Anatand's starting to get a bit of an eco edge here, 51 to 45. They've each had a couple of economic kills. And the army value is starting to favor Anatand ever so slightly.
Yeah. Thing to note here is that dock eventually did burn down. So while Gullyd3ck3l may be coming back a little bit in eco count, there are 4 fishing ships on the western pond that cannot do anything at the moment.
Yeah. That's a good pickup from Anatand. And his eco on his water is very secure up in the North Pond. He's killing it up there. In fact, he's almost got, gosh, that's a lot of fishing boats. I almost wonder if that's too many. At that point, he's going to run out of fishing up there.
I think he'll be good just for the remainder of the game. I mean, yeah, he's going to get rid of the deep fishing nodes pretty soon, but there's still quite a few shallow fish around
yeah, true.
For those boats to take while they wait for the deep water fish to respawn.
That's a good point. Well, and this has been a big boon for him too, right? Because he's been able to stay on the wood, stay on the gold. He's aging up right now at the floating gate. I feel like Anatand's in a pretty comfortable spot right now, getting a lot of eco upgrades. We see the Daimyo Manor coming up. He's got Takazaiku coming in. He's got a specialized pick, the broad axe, all those upgrades coming in. He's going to get into Castle Age and have kind of a swell of increase in his economic production. Not to mention, he's got an equal number of army. He's got a ton of Yumi Ashigaru and enough horsemen to keep the other archers at bay. That said, Gullyd3ck3l looking to make a push.
Yeah, he knows he's got to do something at this point, but I just don't think he has the numbers in this push here. Anatand, we do see veterancy for the Yumi Ashigaru 10 seconds away.
That's really fast. I didn't realize that was such a quick upgrade.
Well, it's because the Yodashiro is in the archery range.
Ah, okay. I was going to say, man, that thing was like going up like crazy fast. That's actually a great idea then. That's a great call. Today I learned. I mean, that could be an extra sheep next time, honestly. I didn't realize that it increased the speed of the upgrades that much. That was noticeable.
We do see a few Keshiks mixing it up at this point, but there's just not enough there. They're going to get focused down. I mean, the Bannerman is here as well. Gullyd3ck3l's army is going to get cleared out. And, you know, losing military, losing eco, losing tech levels.
And he's got the Yumi Bannerman in there as well. The Yumi Bannerman getting the castle upgrade right when they did with that mass. Very, very heads up by Anatand. I mean, that just won him the game right there, I think. I'm not sure how Gullyd3ck3l comes back from this.
Yeah, I think this is the push that ends it. Here come the Yumi Ashigaru. Horsemen leading the charge.
Weak. So Town Center Fire is going to kind of shred through them a little bit. He's looking for his second upgrade. He's looking for the wedge rivets to come in. but that's a lot of eco damage at the same time. I feel like you're pretty happy if you're Anotand with taking this trade right now.
Oh, for sure. I think this is absolutely GG. Those Yumi Ashigaru are just going to park right in the production. They don't care about the tower fire. They don't care about the TC. There's enough mass of them to just basically two-shot any Keshik that pop out. And now the raid over here. See the mounted samurai on the gold vills. Gully knows he can't do anything. And that's it.
That was a really good play. I really like this Yumi Ashigaru play. A lot of people like to, you know, kind of clown on Yumis. But that was an instance where they really worked, right? Just enough horsemen. He kind of made the switch into the Yumi Ashigaru, kind of spammed them a little bit. Getting the upgrade right when he did. And then just getting the Yumi Bannerman to go with it. I think sometimes people tend to forget to build the right Bannerman to go with the comp for Japanese. You add that in with the castle upgrade at the right time with the mass. Really well played by Anotand.
Yeah, that's certainly why he's one of the best in the game. Yeah, very well played. And, you know, I brought it up before and you were talking about it, but I do believe that the Yumi Ashigaru are just really slept on as a unit. You know, archer balls are strong as it is. And to be able to have those cheaper archers, maybe not as effective as normal archers, but it's still powerful. You're able to get a big mass of those going.